Hey everybody, welcome to the Ballet Rising videocast. Today I'm going to be speaking with a world-renowned choreographer, artistic director of the Polish National Ballet in Warsaw and the Lithuanian National Ballet in Vilnius. Let's welcome Krzysztof Pastor. And here we are. Welcome, Krzysztof. How are you?
Good. Welcome everyone.
How are things in Poland right now?
Well, it's it's a lockdown basically. We are sort of in self quarantine. We try to walk around as little possible, only if necessary. So the theater is not working. The company is not working. At the beginning, I tried to even organize classes for the people who would like to train, but there were some controversies. Some people were not very happy about it. Because some people are not really. Some people are scared. Yeah, it is a scary situation, which is understandable. And also because, our theater in Warsaw is working with sort of, smaller capacity and number of people. So we don't have so many people to disinfect everything, So I decided in the end, I sent the message to the dancers, for now, we are not going to organize any classes, and even more, we are going to close the studio, unfortunately, because it's just taking care of people, of dancers, or the safety on the first place.
Yeah.
So, and we, of course, nobody knows how long it will last. It is very, very hard, of course, for not only for the dancers, of course, but for everyone, because Poland is in halt, basically. You can see on the streets, and it's quite. I must say, the people are very disciplined. You don't see so much traffic, or not really not many people on the streets. I live a little bit outside of the center, so here it's completely, it's really empty. And in the second company, Lithuania, it's the same basically. It's also, the company is not working. We are not doing classes. I'm here in Warsaw, not in Vilnius, but of course, I am in contact with Ruta Butwienie, who is my deputy, let's say. And we have to go through together somehow through this period.
Yeah, it's a crazy time for the entire world. I was thinking that we've never done this as a civilization, as a species. We've had epidemics before, but we've never, as a whole global community, self-isolated and done what we're doing right now. This is really unprecedented. It's shocking. But anyway, before we get into that, let's just talk a little bit about you and the Polish National Ballet and the Lithuanian National Ballet. You've been you're quite an accomplished choreographer. I've worked with you on several occasions here in Amsterdam. Your pieces have been...
I must say that I just recently I watched Scheherazade.
Great.
It was good. It was a good piece.
That was a good.
What it was 2009, so it's 11 years ago. But what I appreciate, sort of, that it was, politically and socially involved piece. You know me, so you know that I often did this kind of pieces. But I think that also in the current situation, that what will happen after, how we are going to react on it, because I think it's our role somehow to react on what's happening. What happens in general with civilization. I don't want to say that with one ballet I'm going to change the world, Of course not, but I always had this pressure, I mean inner pressure to not to do only, not choreograph only pretty ballet in nice steps, but also to be somehow involved. And I feel that even that this situation is even more it's demanding more reaction, I think, from the artists, and I think it will happen. It will happen, not maybe immediately, but I think that there will be a reaction of artists in general, but choreographers as well.
Yeah, well, I think that's what was great. I mean, your choreography is nice. It's beautiful. It's interesting to watch just from a movement aspect. But you're one of the few choreographers who really wants to take on current issues, political, social issues and things like that. So I think, yeah, now would be a great time to really start discussing all of it. Well, we're going to have to, given the circumstances and stuff like that. But no, you do great choreography. You've worked with many of the top companies around the world, and now how long have you been directing in Warsaw?
11 years in Warsaw and 9 years in Vilnius. But I decided to, after this season, to finish leading the company in Vilnius. I mean, I always, when I took this job 9 years ago, which is a huge challenge, to run two big companies.
Yeah.
But and I always, I thought it will be maybe 2-3 years. I was asked by the former general manager of the Lithuanian company, Mr. Gintautas Kievičius. I was asked by him to step in and to help him to a bit reorganize the company and to give another view, a little bit most West European, let's say. Yeah. I always said, because of course it's not an ideal situation. Yes, you have to have in both places. You have to have good teams. Let's say good teams that when you are not present, that actually that everything goes quite normal and without disruption. And I always said that in Vilnius, when I meet or I develop somebody who can run the company, I will step out. And there is a young man, I don't know, he's probably, just before 40s. And he's very talented choreographer. His name is Martynas Rimeikis. I think is the name to really remember. Right. He's very talented, very intelligent. He's from the theater family. His parents, they are actors, and so he grew up as a little boy. He grew up in the theater, and I think it's very visible in his work. This very. It's from dramaturgical point of view, it's very interesting always. And Lithuania is actually quite famous of the drama theater. There was a famous, who is not alive anymore, but Nekroshus, there was one name, Tuminas, another name. Good designers. Well, at least the designers I know, they are very good, and good music. So it's a small country, but very interesting. It will be very hard for me to live. It's I like the people. You dance there. You guess the company. Know that they are lovely people.
I loved it. I had such a great time in that. The city, the food, the people. It was a great experience. I really loved it.
Yeah.
A lot of really.
So it will be hard, but it's also the right way to do. Of course, I'm willing to help Martynas, let's say the first year, because of course, I mean, there are two aspects of it. The first one that I think that it's good if there is somebody from within the company, from there who is going to run the company. And the secondly, it cost me, 9 years, 2 companies. It's a lot of effort. I hardly had time for myself. The weekends, I was either there or traveling, and also also I had to, a little bit, let's say, give up my, freelance commissions, so, and I think I have still a few years, that I would like to choreograph, and so there are two sides of it, yeah.
Yeah, directing
but
one.
I like the company very much, and we did good things, and also in Poland, it was I took the company over 11 years ago, and the company is completely different spot. I know I'm very proud of my company here, and Lithuania as well. They are good artists, good dancers, good technicians, but also good artists. Very, I'm, like one of the examples is because you will know perhaps what I'm talking about, but like the Tempest, which I did created for Amsterdam, and I was not very happy with, the final result, and I did 2 years later. I did it here in Warsaw. And of course, it's much easier because you have some material that you can go through. You can see what really didn't work, why it didn't work. I was in contact with Shirin Neshat, the Iranian artist who did the video, for the projection. And he's a fantastic artist. Of course, also with Willem Broers, who was a dramaturg. I don't know if it's an English word, but and the dancers. We used the version from Amsterdam as a base, but they were very eager to know actually to know the work of Shirin, to know what I want to say, what it is about, and it was actually very, very satisfying process, and I must say also the public, and the public was great here in Warsaw. It was very, very satisfying experience. Cool. So I'm very proud of my company. That's
Well, I mean, it's a tough job just to direct one ballet company, let alone two, and also be doing choreography around the world. So, and I know for a fact in Vilnius, in Lithuania, you're doing a great job. It's a great company, great theater, great people. And also over the years, you've really seen a lot more from the Polish National Ballet as well. The stature of the company has really come up. You're starting to see a lot of the dancers doing more galas. You're seeing more of the material out in the media, stuff like that. So you've really done a great job lifting the company, lifting the stature of the company artistically and technically and everything like that. So I wanted to shift gears a little bit here and kind of go into coronavirus. What's happening? You talked about it a little bit already, but what's happening as far as like both countries? You're not on full lockdown yet, but what's happening politically and everything with both of these countries?
I don't want to talk about let's say the politics. How to say about, because it's not the right moment. Sure. The right moment. We are all facing something which is I think very serious. And we follow the advices and the orders of authorities. I see that the Polish people are really disciplined in this regard, and I hope that we all will be able to contain this virus quite soon. Although I think we have to have a lot of patience, and it's better. I think it's better to think that it will be a bit longer than to think that it will be next week. It's not going to be next week, and we are talking today is the 20th of March. And I think it will take some time. For the moment, we are not working until 26th of March. But I know it will be longer. I know that we will have to stay home for a longer period of time. It means, for us here in Warsaw, we had to cancel the premiere of Le Corsaire, which was, prepared for us. We basically were ready to go on stage. Yeah, we had just a few days before actually the premiere is supposed to be today. Yeah.
It seemed like so many companies around the world were just about to have the premiere. I mean, everybody I've talked to and everything I've seen is just everybody was just right about there doing their general rehearsals, and bam, okay, close the theaters. So it was a real shock, not only to be closed and not be able to work, but also just to have done all of that and gotten right to that point, and then boom, done.
Yeah. And it was prepared, by Manuel Legris for us, which, I mean, fantastic work, really, such a generous man, generous artist, I could see that my dancers, they loved working with him. And I just could see they were, blooming, flourishing, under his direction. Fantastic man, really. And and of course, that's also a huge disappointment for our audiences around the world. They are, people. There are many people who love ballet. Who like to see performances. And now, we probably will do some not streaming, but we will put something on our. We have some productions which were done in very high quality, and we will be just screening. And, well, in Vilnius we didn't miss the premiere, but of course many performances, including my Romeo and Juliet, which is very pity. I mean. But it is, it's force majeure. We can't do anything about it, and we have to focus on this virus. We as a society, and that I see that how hard the medical services, how the work was happening in Italy. My wife is Italian. And I love Italy, and of course it's happening all around the world. But the places you are closer to somehow, and the people are just the medical services, doctors and nurses, and it's just full engagement and really sacrificing their safety, and it's of course they miss their job, their mission, but also also on the other hand, just the lorry drivers, truck drivers they have to deliver stuff. They cannot stop, because then we are
and supermarkets, people working at the supermarkets so that we can buy food. It's
so of course it's extremely hard for the dancers, but the other people, it's hard for everyone, and we can stay home, and sort of try to protect ourselves, families, neighbors. And here in Europe, we are in not such a bad situation, because our theaters are subsidized. So, but I know in the US or in Australia, when I work recently with a wonderful, nice company, the West Australian Ballet. And they basically, for them, the season, is over, and because they depend of the ticket sales so much, that it's very uncertain situation. And of course, most probably it will be a bit like a domino effect, So the productions planned for this season, they are falling out, and then maybe next season it will be pushing, or myself, my production, I supposed to do Bolero in Rome with the ballet opera, and it's the premiere is supposed to be on the 6th of May, if I'm right, and for the moment they are not working. I mean, officially until the 3rd of April, but there's no way.
Yeah.
And so this and the second premiere, I supposed to do my Dracula of the Queensland Ballet. It's I did this ballet in 2018 in September. It was premiere with the West Australian Ballet, and it was co-production. So they supposed to premiere also in May, and it is postponed to the next season. So I mean, in affects globally all of us, and on the individual plan as well.
Yeah, I mean, I teach ballet now. I'm getting paid by the hour, and now that I can't teach ballet, I'm kind of just well, I'm sitting here doing interviews, which doesn't pay my, but,
it's good, but doesn't pay your bills.
We're doing what we can, But has there been any kind of reaction from the government as far as any economic stimulus that they've proposed, or?
Yeah, there was, I mean, I also don't know. I'm not a specialist of economy and this, but the government came out with a plan which is quite. It sounds very, massive, big plan with, also to protect the small businesses and. And the people who are not on the permanent, not on the contracts, but depending like you, for instance, on, on the, how you work, you have money, you don't,
Yeah, hourly work.
Well, my concern is, but I'm personally ready to do it, but I'm a bit afraid that the consequence, because of course it will be a recession. It will be, let's hope that it will be not like forever, but it will not last too long, but it will hit economy very, I mean, it's a banal to say because we all know about it, but I'm afraid for my dancers that there will be some cut in the salaries, at one point, because of course they have 12 months contracts. Some of the dancers have a life contract, like Netherlands or Vilnius, other companies, but we see what's going to happen. But there is a plan. The government is it's very active, so let's hope. I don't want to deliberate right wing, left wing, this or this, because I have my beliefs and but maybe this is not the right moment to talk about it, but another time.
I mean, right now we're all just trying to sort of just wrap our heads around the situation. It's just such an unprecedented situation, and of course we're all thinking primarily of the healthcare workers and stuff like that. But I mean, we also have to think of the long-term future of art, of freedom of expression, of our community, of dance and things like that. And I think I've talked to several people about this already, and now is a really good time for us to all really come together and put our heads together and start thinking of ideas of what we can do as a global community of artists and dancers. How can we help each other, and what ideas can we come up with? I mean, we're creative people. We're creatives. I think at the end we'll be able to find solutions.
Absolutely. It's not. I mean, there's this danger, around us. But absolutely, we are professionals, so we have to think about what's going to happen. We have to sort of do steps, think about, plan. I must say that Ted Branson, the director of the Dutch National Ballet, he did a very good thing, because he sort of through emails, but he connected many majority, I think, the directors, the ballet directors around the globe, just to to talk what's happening in with each company, with different countries, so we could exchange our experiences. So I see that everyone is very appreciative, that also the feeling that you can ask your colleagues, of course I am in contact with my colleagues, my friends, like on the personal level, but this was very, very helpful and still is, so definitely it's good to.
Yeah, it's great to see people doing stuff like that, and of course we both know Ted quite well. He's quite a leader in the industry, doing things like this. So I think a lot of great things will come of it. It's just going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of creativity, but it's just so nice to see people communicating, and it's so nice to see all of the really creative things that people have done already. I mean, I've had several of my students ask me if I could teach class online, and a lot of dancers around the world are they're streaming classes from their kitchens and living rooms, and it's everywhere. There's a wonderful sense of community going on right now. I really feel that we're all in this together, and we all know that we're in this together, and that we're all pulling together. So, it's a strange time. It's quite scary, but there's also this sense of community, and not just the artists either. It's a global community. I mean, you see people.
Let's hope. Yeah, let's hope that something good will come out of it. It's like, I think there's many aspects of our life that we will have to think about. How the consumption, how far we go, and what do we really need, because I think for instance we do need art. I think to also to reflect on the society, not only pretty stuff, but also to reflect on what's going on, and of course also I mean, I don't say that on heavy but also to give beauty and and the moment of reflection, but also of distance, of reality, so I think I'm really, and dance I find, of course I'm professional, so it's maybe difficult to judge, but I think dance is just amazing form of art. It's I love my company, I love my dancers, and it's I know that we can share a lot. I meet with the audience, I know that it's on the small scale, but everyone does on small scale, here Amsterdam, San Francisco, Perth in Australia, Melbourne, and it's a big community in the end, and I think very, very necessary, it's very something, the people I think who have contact with art, with dance and with other forms of art, that they are just better people, it's like they work better, I think, there's something bigger than everyday life, than barbecue and nice car, and we like this stuff, I don't say no, but there is something beside this, that, and if we can inspire people, if I get the letters, from the audience that it was the most beautiful thing, I have ever seen. I mean, even if it's, I mean, it happens to choreographers from time to time, or to the dancers too, from time to time. Some people don't like, your piece, and then suddenly you get this, and it's like, it's like this. It's all. I mean, for me, it was always, ups and downs. It's like I'm very. I think I'm quite. I'm not. I admire very much the choreographers who I don't care. It's like I do care, and I'm very sort of maybe sensitive, or maybe sometimes oversensitive with. But it is sometimes the same piece can have fantastic reaction, and some people will just they will not like it, and it's it's also something it's also special, it's.
Hey, I mean, even when you get bad reviews, at least they're paying attention. The worst is when nobody's even paying attention. That's when it's just But I mean, it's just great that people are out there. And I always tell people, go to the ballet or go watch some art, but, you know, don't feel like you have to enjoy it. You know, a lot of people feel this sort of obligation to enjoy it, that we must appreciate art. No, go watch, be critical, find out where it really takes you. Where does it take your imagination? What ideas pop into your head? You know, it's okay to be critical. Then you're really paying attention and you're questioning the reality that the art is really trying to get at. So I think all of this just really shows how much passion and dedication you have to this art, and it's great to see.
I think you know what's important. I mean, and it's difficult that you know. I know that some people are afraid to go to see dance, yeah, to see ballet or dance performance, because they think, oh, I don't know, and you know, it's what you said actually, to be just open and go, and you know, don't I mean, of course it's better when the people read the program before, because I think the pleasure is bigger, you know, but I also believe that the people without you know, special preparation, they should go and they can enjoy. They have their own interpretations and feelings and, you know, emotions. So I really think that dance is a great form of art. Of course, I have enough sometimes. You know, sometimes I have moments that it's like, but you know.
But yeah, it's a universal thing. I was just speaking with Dirk Badenhorst in South Africa, and he was talking about the incredible enthusiasm that Africans have for classical ballet. And I've found that through my project, through Ballet Rising, people in South Asia, and obviously we all know about East Asia and Latin America. I mean, it's so universal. It speaks to so many people on such a profound level that it shocked me. And that's the whole reason I started Ballet Rising, was that so many people from such vast different backgrounds fall in love with the same art form. And yeah, it just speaks to humanity and who we are in it. And I think it'll be a great uniter. You know, it'll be a way for us all to communicate and come together through this art form that we love so much, and also to communicate with other art forms and other areas. You know, we all have our voice, our way of communicating, and it's great to use it and see people, just coming together around it. So hopefully this can pull us through this next little period right now. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the world right now about, you know, what's happening, how you're feeling, any, you know, words of encouragement? What would you like the world to know?
Well, you know, I think that you know what I said before. I mean, it's nothing special, but that we have to still stay positive. You know, have patience and think about the future already. And I also hope that the importance of art, of dance, will be you know, even more obvious. And I hope that there will be choreographers who reflect on the situation or the current situation. But for the moment, the most important is to go through this relatively healthy, and you know, try to protect. We should try to protect ourselves and the families and the friends. So we have to actually limit our social contacts for some time. This is a good way. Yeah, we have Skypes. We have we can still communicate. You know, and let's hope that it will finish soon. And I also hope there will be some kind of solidarity. Generally, you were talking quite a lot about it, about you know, solidarity between people. You know, I love one thing. It was the Polish goalkeeper, who is the main goalkeeper with Juventus Turin. You know, it's Wojciech Szczęsny. It's the keeper. Yeah. And he said, you know, in Italy is very, you know, quite dramatic situation. And he said, I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy I'm with you, fighting this disease together with you. And I just loved it, because he's a star. Yeah, he's a rich guy, very, very good keeper, very popular. And he says something which gives. And then I was, reading the comments below, and it gives them so much courage, but also, it's something so human, so warm. Few sentences. And so I hope that the solidarity will be very visible. That let's hope that we will spend less money on weapons, more on health services around the world. That there's so much spending which if it will be possible to reach some consensus, live in peace, that we could save for health, for health service, for healthcare for everyone. We are. I mean, we maybe in Poland we don't have the highest standard of health services, but we are. We are, most of us. We are insured. We have health services. In America it looks different. Of course, it's much richer society, but to find something, I hope that there will be a moment, that something good will come from the situation. And in our, community, dancers community, dance community, ballet dance, I also hope that that we will be showing solidarity, because some companies will suffer more than the others. I don't know how we could help each other, but I guess the people like that. That we will be talking about it, and if there is needs, or to help, or I don't know, difficult to imagine, but that we will stay somehow together and support each other.
Yeah, great. Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, I believe that will be the case. I mean, so far we've seen tremendous amount of solidarity and just people really wanting to help and do the right thing. So I think that'll continue. Let's see where it goes. Well, it was great speaking with you. Thank you so much. It was good.
Thank you, Casey. It was nice talking to you after, I don't know, a few years.
Yeah,
I think we saw each other the last time in Vilnius. Yes, possibly.
Could be, or maybe positioning.
Or maybe there, or Amsterdam. Yeah, probably Amsterdam. Yeah.
Well, it's been a while. Well, great. Yeah. Well, great speaking to you, and stay in good health and keep in touch. And all the best.
And, all the best for all of us.
Cool.
Thank you, Casey. Bye.